up, world? What up, world? It's your boy, Mo Better, from Mo Better Publishing and Productions, LLC, the media group I Deserve a Deal in connection with Collective Minds, LLC. And I'm looking at the situation right now pertaining to what's going on in the White House. And this concept today is about, or this post, this live is about, when will you Negroes see that the system is not broken? You know what I mean? And that you would actually never be able to obtain the equality that you look for from a system that is not broken, but is actually structured and manufactured to do exactly what it is and doing what it does. You know, some of us, so many right now, want to go join these white people at the White House and break the windows out. You know what I'm saying? And do you hear what I'm saying? Breaking the windows out of the White House. You know, you on the White House. You're not shooting through the fence and going to jail. Listen, remember the Mexican guy, the Latin guy, even though he was insane, he shot through the fence. They went out there, shot him down. Right now, guess what happens to us if we kneel for the processes of, the Constitution for the United States of America and or the flag, Mr. Copernic. Guess what happens? We're dying for selling cigarettes, unarmed for selling cigarettes and CDs. We're dying from police officers, you know what I'm saying, for getting pulled over from traffic tickets. And they can actually raid the White House, the House of Representatives. They can actually go down there, they can actually go in there and bust the windows out of the White House. And the guards who are actually at the barricades turn around and walk away. Now, why can a black man be shot dead in front of his children and kids? How can a black girl be shot and murdered and killed in front of her children, in front of their children? Beverly Fairman, how you doing, Queen? How can this happen? How can a black man be killed in front of his children? How can a black woman be killed in front of her children? Unarmed by white officers in their homes, or getting stopped by a traffic ticket, selling CDs or selling cigarettes. But white people can go to the Capitol, the White House. Do you understand that this is where the president of the United States of America, the strongest country in the world, sits, sleeps at night, but it is being knocked down, windows are being broken out, and people are actually invading it. White people. These are all white people. Guess who the majority of the police officers are? White people. And I saw a situation that is killing me, to where this black man was at the bottom of the steps and said, hey, he's an officer. He says, hey, y'all, turn around, stop. When they came through, he grabbed his gun. He turned around and ran up the steps, because guess what he knows in his heart? Guess what he knows in his mind? Guess what his energy and his spirit is telling him? Man, if you shoot any one of them, you will die. This is what's happening right now. And I want to ask you a question. Which one of the Democrats or the Republicans have ever changed anything for the black people as a people? Oh, which one? Barack, Clinton? We're so stuck on the little that they do that we miss the gist of everything it is that they have not done for us as a people. There still is no process of equality. Guess what? There will not be equality unless we as a people come together and get it. It's blood on the steps of the White House. It's blood on the steps of every Senate and state building that we, and all across the United States of America, that we as a black people live in. I'm trying to figure out if now you will see it. Do you understand what Trump did when he got in office? I explained this situation before to people, and you can take it how you want to. Trump was a gangster. This black man Obama got in office. This black man Obama got in office. And the demonstration behind that is this. If we're going to let a black man get in there, we're going to have to let the lowest of our people get in there to show America what's going on. So they let an open racist get in there. I don't really, honest to God, for real, I don't believe I don't believe Trump was actually racist. Guess what I believe? I believe that Trump played his part to get in office for the people. As always, and if you look at the history and the autobiography of Trump, he's always been a manipulator. He's always been deceiving, deceptive, just like his father, the devil. I don't care what y'all say. He finally gets in office. And when he finally gets in office, one of the first things he does is this. He fires everybody that the 5 families put in the seat. Everybody that they put in the seat to protect and stand around to be able to watch everything that's going on, Trump fired them. All security, everybody. And he hired his own mercenaries to be his security, which I believe put money on the family's head to where if anything happens to me for what it is that I'm getting ready to do, this is what happens. So he sat in the seat, and they supposed to have been a joke and different things of that nature, but guess what happened? Man, Trump sat in office and sat down, and guess what happened? He began to do what he wanted to do. Every president before Trump had to, guess what? Listen to the 5 families that run the world. But when Trump got in office and he did what he did and hired his mercenaries, guess what happened? Trump did what he wanted to do. If you don't believe me, let me explain something to you like this. Obama. Let's go to Obama, right? Never in the history of any presidency have people got onto the elevator in the White House and carried a gun until Obama. He was black. Not until the history of Obama did somebody, what do you call it? Crash a presidential party, which means crash is somebody who's not supposed to be in there comes in and communicates and associates and socializes with people as if they belong there. You had people, you had these 2 white people shaking Obama and Michelle's hand until it was late to find out what was going on. Nobody, no time in the history of presidency has anybody ever shot a weapon inside the White House. And then guess what? They didn't know who did it. They didn't know where it was coming from. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what was going on, right? All this happened with Obama. Guess what this meant? Nigga, if you try to do anything that we don't want you to do, we will kill you. We will assassinate you. And you do not have any sons, so your name, Obama, cannot pass on. All you have is your children. And guess what? We'll kill them. Because this is how close we are to you. This is what we can do. My opinion. Now you got Trump in office, who comes out as an open racist, who comes out, and a lot of people don't know that when the black guys was picked up for the murder, for the rape, and it was just murder, it was a rape. They got picked up for a rape. Excuse me, for a white girl. Trump tried to pay to have the black man assassinated. Then X amount of years later, they come to find out that the black man never, through DNA testing, was proved that he never committed the murder. But this is who Trump is. Now, when he comes in office, he doesn't like the blacks. He really does not like the blacks unless you will vote for him, then he will give you money. That doesn't mean he like you. And, you know what I'm saying? You as a black person, you actually sold yourself out. But you don't care because your values, your morals, your principles, your standards, your honor, your loyalty, your spirituality mean nothing even to you. So neither does the connects black person's lives with the gender of the black man or woman, they don't mean anything to you. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand. So the demonstration behind that is you put somebody in office that openly assassinates blacks, Latins, Colombians, anybody that is not white. Now when it's time for him to get rid of the president and get out of the seat because he has lost the seat, this is what happens. Willis Nesby and Marcus Burtz. How y'all doing, Kings? Now he's in office. Now guess what happens while he's in office? He's an open racist. He's an open womanizer. He tells people, guess what he says, man, listen, you got to grab women in the pussy. This is a president. Grab them in the pussy. Grab them in the crotch. Are you for serious, man? Are you for serious? This is what the president says. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that we have actually, the United States of America has been enemies with, this man has went and gone and become buddies with them. He becomes buddies. Listen to this. He doesn't bridge a beef between the United States and Korea. He only bridges a personal beef with the president of Korea and himself. This guy still does not like Korea. The United States of America still does not get along with Korea. But Trump and this president get along. I want y'all to think about that. United States and Russia have not been cool since the United States of America sent Russia into bankruptcy. Trump goes and acquires a friendship with Putin. I want y'all to think about that. Now, in the process of this situation getting ready to be destroyed, guess what happens? Trump allowed Negroes, those who are conscious, to see that no matter what you say, you would just be like what Jay-Z said in the movie when he was talking, in the song when he was talking about O.J. Simpson. He said, man, I'm not white. He said, I'm not black. He said, I'm O.J. Jay-Z said, okay. What he letting you know is that, you know, you still a nigga. You still a nigga to a society and to the country, United States of America, that has presided you to be, guess what? Low down, dirty people. 3/5 of a human being. Not even human, but more animalistic than humane. And he allowed the world to step into place and actually present how they really feel from what they have been taught. Now I want to ask you, how many of you are actually paying attention to what's going on? Now I want to ask you, again, before I get ready to close out, how can you get killed unarmed? How can you get killed by a white officer unarmed? For selling CDs? How can you be a Negro, unarmed, and get killed for being stopped for a traffic stop? I mean, like running a red light, not selling a stop sign. What do you call it? What was it else? Refusal to use a turn signal, and you can die as a black man by white officers. But all the black men are unarmed. Not just black men. I want you, brothers, to think about this. You who call yourself brothers, I want you to think about who you consider to say Black Lives Matter. I want you to really think about this. Even women and children, us. Tamir Rice was only like 15, 16 years old, and we have so many more to go on. How can you go in Walmart and get killed, gunned down by police? You in Walmart with not a BB gun, but a gun that pops air balls, Nerf balls. How can you do this? But white people, you hear me? White people can go to the United States of America and bust the windows out the White House. climbing the windows? How can the same officers that would kill a nigga, how can the same officers, white officers, that would kill a black man, that would kill a Negro for selling CDs and cigarettes or getting stopped for a traffic ticket, turn around from the white people right in front of the White House that are trying to break into the White House? How is that possible? They turn around, don't shoot them, don't pepper spray them, don't mace them, turn around and walk away. Explain that to me. Can you explain it to me? How can they bust the windows out of the White House? Actually invade the White House. I'm not talking about this is a White House on the corner of one of you all's streets. I'm talking about this is the White House of the United States of America, where the president resides, where where the Constitution for the United States of America was initiated. I'm talking about, you know, where everything that exists pertaining to the Constitution and or the United States of America exists. How can they raid that, bust windows down, do graffiti on it, and nothing happens to them? Can you explain that to me? Can you explain that to me? How we, as a black people, listen to this, as a black people, we can go and protest and say that I'm not going to stand for the Constitution for the United States of America, lose your job, lose your reputation. You lose everything that constitutes you as being a man and a woman if you're black. If you don't salute the flag, if you don't go to the army, the military, you know, Muhammad Ali lost his titles. You know, people were no longer Jesse Owens, fastest man on the planet at the time, was no longer respected by anybody because of being black and standing up for being black. And when we die as a people, when we come together and say this is wrong for us, because we protest due to the First Amendment, it is the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom to protest what you do not believe in or what you believe to be a civil and or a wrong that has been done to you, and we can die from that as black people. But you can go inside and break the windows out of the United States of America. The same police that would kill us for everything I just mentioned have turned around from the barricades of the White House and let these people do whatever they want to do. White people, though. Now understand this. These are not white people killing white people. As the white people, these are not, listen to this, let me rephrase that. These are not the same white people. Let me rephrase that. These are not the same, well, let me say this. These are the same white people that will kill a black person for standing up for the rights of black people being murdered for traffic tickets and standing up for their constitutional and civil rights, who are absolutely doing nothing for breaking inside the White House. When will you Negroes begin to understand that the system is not broken? The system is made to do exactly what it is they do. What do police officers do? Don't police officers do what they're told to do? So why are these white people not dying for the very thing that we die less from? Beverly Perryman says, Officer Muhammad Noor got 125 for killing that white woman. He got 125 years for killing the white woman. But what about us? When they kill us, Scarface said it, I'm not even a person that cuss, but I want y'all to think about this. Scarface said, how can they kill us off? Catch a case, go to court, and get the fuck off. How? How is this? This black man got 125 years for killing a white woman. These officers get absolutely no time for killing unarmed black men for traffic tickets, for selling CDs and cigarettes. But they turn around and run from and allow these people to walk right inside the United States of America, the White House, and destroy it, spray paint, tear up the Oval Office and absolutely everything. When will you Negroes understand that the system is not broken? 12 and a half years, Beverly Perryman says the man got. So I want y'all to understand this. When will you understand that the system is not broken, but that it's made to do exactly what it is to do? And it's meant to do, which is to make you continuously cry to it for justice that you will never receive. And until we as a people begin to stand up for ourselves, with ourselves, segregate ourselves in certain manners, not all, and begin to do for ourselves, police our own neighborhoods, begin to buy the real estate in the stores, commercial and residential in our neighborhoods, that we will continuously go through the things that we go through. And I did a video about this, and it's called "Those Who Do Not Remember the History Are Doomed to Repeat It." And what I talk about in that piece is this. It's how we as a people, guess what? If you do not remember your past, you are doomed to repeat it. And I'm talking about how every so many years, understand, every black organization that we had that stood for power, stood for the passion and the power for black people, guess what happened? It was destroyed by an infiltrating nigger, not a Negro. It was destroyed by an infiltrating nigger, N-I-G-G-E-R, not nigger, N-I-G-G-A, the terminology that we have made as a term of endearment, but it was a nigger that was infiltrating our process to do what it is they did. So I want to ask you a question. When are we going to realize that, man, until we as a people come together, that this is what we're going to face? This is what we're going to deal with. And I'm asking you to become a part, man, of Collective Minds LLC, an organization that is based on cultural awareness, education, economic development, and empowerment of us as a people, to where we can create our own economic and educational infrastructure. Many of you fear me. Many of you fear me from a past. Many of you fear me from, guess what? You don't even know me. But you fear what you have been groomed to fear about a man that looks just like you. I want to get it over on you. I want to take from you. I want to steal from you. But guess what? Anybody that's an official member of Collective Minds LLC, guess what they can do? They can go onto the account and see that in the years that Collective Minds LLC has had a bank account, the only thing I've ever spent out of it was gas money. Ever. So I'm telling you, I'm here to create a structure for us as a people who think, feel, and act like they want to be treated. So we can all, in the process of growth and development, learn. Me, I just finished learning from a 17-year-old about some other situations that need to be done pertaining to business. And guess what I do as a man? I sit down and listen, because what I do is I learn how to delegate authority. So as we sit together and learn from one another, we grow and develop into what it is that we need to be. We revert back to the village it takes to raise the children. You hear me? This is what we need. And until we do this, we will continuously die divided by the same exact enemy that is killing us one by one in our own depraved, in our own delusional, in our own brainwashed, in our own mentally and emotionally what's it called? Mental emotional warfare, in our own systematic mental manipulation. We will continue to look at this system, man, for help, when it's only meant to do exactly what it is doing, destroying us. Now, I want you Negroes to look at the White House. I want you Negroes to look at the news. I want y'all to look at everything that is actually going on and ask yourself, why are these white people not killing these white people who are infiltrating the United States of America and the White House? Like, guess what? Now, I want you to think about this. They're breaking into a house They're breaking into where the rules and the regulations of the United States of America and to where the world deals with. They're not killing these people, but they'll kill you for a traffic ticket. They'll kill you for selling CDs and cigarettes. They will kill you in your neighborhood, running away from you, and shoot you in your back. Guess what? I'm not here. I'm only here to talk to the masses, right? I'm here to talk to the masses. I'm here to speak to the masses, but guess what? Guess what? Only those who have ears will hear. Only those who have ears will listen. Only those who are willing to actually do something about it, you know what I'm saying, will act upon what is taking place. If you can't see, this is national news. Guess what? They will show us niggas killing each other, man. That's what they present on the news. Now, this is what the Most High does. He says, I'm going to expose to you and present to you everything it is that you need to see in order for you to do what it is that you need to do to be correct. When will you see that, man, that the system is not broken, but it is actually made to do exactly what it's made to do? I want a couple of y'all to look this up, man. People who are still on the site, I want you to look up the Dred Scott case. This is what the world did to the African-American man. Look up the Dred Scott case, okay? And you'll see why we die for nothing. And until we stand together as a people, we will continuously die. This is why I've always been in trouble. I've always been in trouble because I've been standing up for my dudes who pretended to be tough in front of everybody else, but I was always the one doing something or standing out with the courage to protect the people. I don't have a martyr complex, which means I don't want to die. I don't want to become famous after I die. I don't want to gain a reputation by doing it. I really mean absolutely everything it is that I'm doing for us as a people. This is my obligation. This is what I was meant to do. You guys are Rod Tyra. We really honestly have to begin to back each other up. Set meeting, community programs in our house, backyards, each one teach one. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Rod. Man, you know me. I'm not it's people, man. I call you my loved one. I call you somebody that I care for. I call you my brother, my little sister, my little brother. You ain't gotta be blood to me, but if I call you this, I mean this to you. It's a ride to tell you when kids used to come to the store, they didn't have to buy none of the candy, potato chips, and pop they was getting. I bought them because they had to leave the block. This was not a place for them. You know what I mean? Did no store. I'm riding past 99th right now. Did no store on 99th get robbed? Did no house on 99th get robbed? Did nobody from another city or another state come on no block that I ever controlled? They wasn't able to come over here and set up control. You know what I'm saying? It never took place. They was never allowed to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's 99th. You know what I'm saying? You got Garfield over here. You got Tuscarora over there. The same thing. People know me as Mo Better right now, but one of my nicknames was Rambo. Now, think about Rambo and think about why they call me Rambo. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm saying that to say this. I've reverted and understand a lot of things that I tore up and demolished. And I'm asking you all to help me replenish the things that I tore up. I'm trying to rebuild it and understand, man, that guess what? I was a tool of the system. And now I'm a tool for my people. And I'm asking my people to stand up, man. Like Sarah just said, we need to come together. We need to stand up. This is what I believe. And this is what I stand on. Anybody that know me know I stand on it. We got a judge, black judge, that's standing up for black people. I don't mean he letting guilty black people off free. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about he's substantiating what needs to be done for his people. He's treating black people like white people are being treated. He's giving them the chance that need to be done. He's providing services and opportunities for them to go out and change their lives. He needs to be protected. I don't care if he gave this person chance after chance and they came back and did what they were supposed to do, and he sentenced them to life in prison because they violated what he continuously tried to do for them. He needs to be protected. She needs to be protected. They can't never come out of court and have a flat tire. Their car can't never be keyed. Can't nobody call them a nigga in court. They can't walk through the courthouse and be disrespected. This is my thought process. This is how I act. This is how I get down. But guess what? I'm by myself. T.I. stand up. He one of the first. He is a celebrity. He's a multi-millionaire. Guess what he said? Man, I'm going to protest the NBA. I'm going to protest the NFL. I know he got it in this city where he come from, but guess what? He should never have to go nowhere and worry about nothing. When you have a police that stands up for another police, hey man, look, not for us, man. No, you wasn't supposed to do that. You did wrong. I said that I got him, and he didn't have a gun. You shot him, man. That police need to be protected, man. I'm willing to do this, but I'm one person. Are you willing to do this with me? This is what I'm willing to do. You got somebody in the media that's doing certain things, and they understand and substantiate, man, that listen, hey, they present to the public, hey, look, man, Channel 19 is racist. Channel such and such is racist. They're not allowing. Man, we need to reestablish and create our own, man. And until we do this, we're going to continually die. What makes you think, man? Let me tell you something. What makes you believe? Lynn Johnson, how you doing, Queen? What makes you think this? Let me explain something to you, right? We all got the same enemy. We all got the same enemy. That's right here. And we all in line down the street. We all in line down the street, right? And the same enemy is walking up to 1 million people, killing them one at a time just because they can. What makes you think that he's going to change when he get to you? What makes you believe in your heart and mind that he going to see you as any different? One day, sooner or later down, you may get treated a little better, but would you rather get treated a little bit better or come together as a people and say, man, I ain't for it? Guess what they do over a matter of years, man? They come and make sure that we are broken mentally and emotionally and through systematic mental manipulation and through the emotional warfare to make sure that, guess what? There will never be another Malcolm X. There will never be a Martin Luther King. There will never be another Huey P. Newton. There will never be, you know what I'm saying, another Marcus Garvey. This is what they do. And we, as a people, fall for it. So why I say be safe, man, I don't give a, man, I don't. I would rather sometimes, for real, in my mind, this is what people misconstrue. You know, I would rather be dead. I would rather die. I don't have a martyr complex. I don't want to die. Guess what I want to do? I want to live as long as I possibly can. I want to create generational wealth for my son, my daughter, who I don't even talk to, but for I'm gonna leave my grandson something. You see what I'm saying? It's people around me that I want to see generate wealth for themselves. And when you generate this wealth, you know what I'm saying? When I want my young brothers to learn the Masonic trade, the Mason trade, the trade of masonry, bricklaying, electricity, drywall, painting. You know what I'm saying? Plumbing. I want you to learn stocks, bonds, real estate. I want you to get and get your credit repaired. So I don't have a martyr complex where I want to die, but I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I would rather be gone than to continually see a people that continually go through the things that they go through. You continuously crying for justice and equality from a system that is actually made to do what it does. Said we covered by the blood, man. Gerard, man, you know, nigga, this my dude. Yeah, man, people want to say anything they want to say about me, but I've been a good dude all my life, even when I was in the streets. If you wasn't minding my lifestyle, you didn't have to worry about me. In the penitentiaries, Rod needed to do things. From the joint, man, that's my little brother. He can do what he want to do. Ask him, could he do it? Ask him who could touch him. So I'm real about everything it is that I say. You know what I'm saying? I want us to come together. But the thing is, I'm living by example by myself. When y'all gonna come along, man? There's never been a more passionate and loving people than us as a black people. But right now, my passion is in my pain from watching us die individually when we can come together and fight the same enemy. Guess what? I'm not telling you to die. I'm not telling you to pick up a knife. I'm not telling you to pick up a gun. Guess what I'm telling you? Is when we have somebody standing up for us, back them. Back them. That's what I'm asking you to do. I'm an old king. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old warrior. I'm not about to go ahead and send soldiers out. I'm standing on the front line. I'm gonna be the first one to draw my sword. Look, when you Negroes gonna see that the system is not broken, that is made to do exactly what it's doing. I'm out of here, man. Y'all be easy. Love y'all. God.